Hey kiddos, welcome to your last homework assignment of the 2022 school year. We are talking about writing ratios. So let's take a cute look at this gorgeous homework assignment I made for you. So when we are writing our ratios, remember there's three ways we can use it with words. We can do a fraction and we can do a colon. Don't worry about if your fraction is proper or improper. For a moment, we're going to kind of pause that thinking because we're looking at the relationship of the numbers, not necessarily what the fraction would be if we were working through fractions. So let's take a look. For this one, we're doing stars to planets, which means that stars needs to be on this side and planets needs to be on this side. We need to keep the relationship in the same order, okay? So we have 5 stars, we have 3 planets, so we could say 5 to 3, we could say 5 over 3, or we could say 5:3, okay? Bananas to strawberries. We have 2 bananas and we have 5 strawberries. So we could say 2 to 5, 2 over 5, or 2:5. Okay. Down here, astronauts and aliens. So for astronauts, we have 3. For aliens, we have 3. So we could say 3 to 3, 3 over 3, or 3:3. Acorns and squirrels. So we have 4 acorns and we have 3 squirrels. So 4 to 3, 4 to 3, and 4 over 3. Cows to llamas. We have 2 cows and 4 llamas. So here are our answers. And for this one, we have 4 ducks and we have 3 chickens, 4 to 3, 4 over 3. Any questions with writing your ratios? Please bring them with you to class. On to page number 2, where we are solving ratios. We need to figure out what the relationship is to fill in the blank. So we're looking for 2 things. We need to figure out how do we get from here to here? What's the change? And what is the change here? And then we need to keep it consistent, okay? So when I go from 6 to 9, I go up 3. When I go from 18 to 24, I go up 6. So I want to increase or decrease my top number by 3 and my bottom number by 6. So when I do that and I fill in my missing pieces, I have 3, 6, 9, 12 across the top, 6, 12, 18, 24 across the bottom. Again, here, I made it a little bit trickier because these are next to each other. We see that they're +5. Easy breezy, but we need to figure out how to get from here to here, and we need to split the difference to see what's missing here. So 25 to 75 is the difference of 50. If we split that, we have 25. So this means we're increasing by 25. So 25, 50, 75, 100. Over here, I was nice to you, nice and easy breezy. I put them right next to each other. So for this one, we are increasing by 6, and 18 to 36, we're increasing by 18. So if we put in our missing pieces, it looks like this. Over here, we're increasing by 10. Over here, we're increasing by 8, but we've just split the difference because we have a missing piece. So we're really increasing by 4. If we fill in our missing pieces, it looks like this. Down here, we're increasing by 2. Over here, we are increasing by 16, but because we have an opening in the middle, we have to split the difference and increase by 8. So we have 2 and 4 missing here, 8 and 24 missing here. Last one, I gave you 2 double jumps. To get from here to here is 12, split the difference, it's 6. To get from here to here, it's 20, split the difference, it's 10. So our missing pieces, like so. Questions on this one? Bring them to class. All right, equivalent ratios. You have to find 2 equivalent fractions to give equivalent ratios. Now, here's the thing with this. I can't tell you the answer because as long as you're multiplying or increasing them both by the same value, there's an infinite amount of answers. So just to give you an example, if I did 7 to 12, which I know as a fraction would look like this, I can multiply both of them by 3, both of them by 4, both of them by 100. It doesn't matter as long as I'm increasing them in the same way. So if I said that I'm going to give you the equivalent of 700 over 1,200, oh, extra 0. Cool. As long as I'm increasing them in the same way. So whatever you do, as long as you multiplied the 9 and the 27 by the same thing, then your answer is correct. If you have specific questions about this one, you can bring them to class if you want me to check this page. But because there are so many answers, I can't give you every possible answer. We would be here forever, but just know that as long as you multiply them by the same number, then your answer is correct as long as your math is correct. And we're just doing it 2 times because we're looking for 2 equivalents. So if I multiply this one both by 100 and both by 2, or both by 2 and both by 5, remember we always go back to that starting number to do it. But if you have specific questions on this one, since I can't really provide you with answers, bring them to class, okay? On to page number 4, where we're looking for the unit rate. Remember, the unit rate is talking about how much we are spending or earning at the base value. So first thing we need to do is look for the important information in this one. We see that there was 120 points scored in 10 games, and we're looking for the points scored per game. So for this one, we would have to do 120 divided by the 10 games. We would get 12 points per game, or we could say a 12-to-1 ratio for points per game, okay? Cyrus reads 64 pages in 8 days, and I want to know how many pages does he read a day for this one. We would do 64 and 8. We would get 8 pages per day. We're an 8-to-1 unit rate, 8-to-1 ratio. Amelia walks her dog 20 miles per month. Be careful with this one because I want to know how many miles does she walk per week. So think this through. If she walks 20 miles a month, so 20 a month, that's going to be 4 weeks, okay? Average of 4 weeks. So it's going to be 5 miles per week, okay? So just be careful. Sometimes you're going to see a switch like this one where I said months, but I want it in weeks. Just be mindful. Maggie is making a fruit salad and uses 15 apples, 10 pineapples, and 5 oranges. If she makes 5 portions, what is the unit rate for each item? So we're having to divide both of these by 5. So her unit rate is going to be 3 apples, 2 pineapple, and 1 orange. Again, she's making those 5 portions, so that's where that comes from. 15 divided by 5 is 3, 10 divided by 5 is 2, 5 divided by 5 is 1. Down here, Sydney is earning $240 at work if she worked 8 hours. How much did she earn per hour? To figure out the per hour, we would do our 240 divided by 8, which is the hours that she worked. That tells us that she's going to earn $30 per hour is her unit rate. Graham made 140 paper airplanes to use at a neighborhood party. If he shared them with his 7 neighbors, how many did each neighbor get? So for this one, 140 airplanes shared with the 7 neighbors equals 20 airplanes for each of his neighbors. Any questions? Bring them to class. Last one. We're trying to figure out which one is the better buy. To do that, we need to calculate the unit rate for each of these. And then once we have the unit rate, we're able to decide to which one is the better rate, okay? So for the first one, we have 6 tickets at $24, 8 tickets at $40. So if we want to determine how much she is paying per ticket for situation 1, the 6 tickets are $4 each. For the 8 tickets, it's $40 divided by the 8. They're $5 each. So the 6 tickets would be the better buy because you're paying $4 each. Okay, $4 each. 10 pencils for $14 or 20 pencils for $27. So we need to determine how much we're paying. So for the 10 pencils, they are each $1.40. Remember, if it's money, write it accordingly. For the 20 pencils, each one is going to be $1.35. I determine that by doing the total cost divided by the amount that we're getting for that. So 14 divided by 10, 27 divided by 20. That tells me that the 20 pencils is going to be a better cost. They're cheaper per pencil. Down here, we have 9 chocolate bars for $12. So 12 divided by 9 is going to give us the answer to that. And then 40 chocolate bars for $50. Dividing that out to find our cost per bar. For this one, we're going to say it's $1.34. If you do the division, you're going to find that it's a repeating decimal. And for $50, I get 40 bars, which means they're going to be $1.25 each. The $50 would be a better buy. Over here, we get 4 gallons of gas for $12.80. Setting that one up. $21 of gas for 6 gallons. So we need to figure out our price per gallon. This is $3.20 per gallon. And this is $3.50 per gallon. The 4-gallon rate is the better buy. Down here, we have 27 books for three books for $27 and $70 for 8 books. So if we figure out the cost of each book here is going to be $9. And each book here is going to be $8.75. So the 8-book price is going to be the better buy. And then we're spending $15.75 for 3 lattes and $42.50 for 8 lattes. So we need to figure out the cost per latte. We're going to do that by dividing. This has a $5.25 cost per latte. And then our second one has a $5.31 rounded cost per latte. So the 3 are going to be the better buy. Any questions? Bring them to class. Have a good holiday, a good new year, and I will see you in January. Goodbye, sweet face.